Welcome back, friends. We back once again. This time it's Jack and Max, and we are now Birdramon. Excited? I'm excited. We'll talk about what we're gonna get up to in this episode, I think, in just a few seconds. But first of all, Max is gonna need fed. Now, I haven't thoroughly looked at the conditions for our next Digivolution when that arises, but for now, I think I want to be feeding Max the small meats rather than the sirloin steaks. Just to keep our weight in check so that we can adjust that later on when we want to. We're going to head down to the shop. I'm going to hit you guys with an intro and I will see you in just a second. Alright, so the reason we're in here talking to Birdramon is because we need to pick up some small recoveries. Now, we are in champion form now, but at the same time... Oh, we didn't actually get a discount there, even though we technically just digivolved. That's kind of sneaky. Let's have a look at our MP floppies. Look okay. I don't think we'll need that much. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you guys what we're cooking with under Max's hood, so to speak, and look at some of her stats, because when we digivolved into Greymon, we had across the board, it was like 150. 150 for offense, defense, speed, and brains, that is. Now, with Max, because speed was her predominant like attribute, if you like, to raise before digivolving into Birdramon, we obviously have our speed quite high, which is nice. Now, another thing I can actually show you guys on that topic is that we have these moves available to us. So we have a lot of the fire moves that we picked up when we were Greymon, but we also have the ability to learn some wind moves. So the wind moves are going to be a priority in this episode. We're going to go and pick some of them up because they can actually be really good. Now, we would normally want to equip Magma Bomb, right? Our old trusty favourite Magma Bomb. And potentially Meltdown. Now, our MP's not good enough, I don't think, yet to equip Meltdown, because it would probably just burn through half our bar at this stage. But in terms of equipping Magma Bomb, normally that would be great. But Max, in this current form, has a really high speed, which actually makes it quite a good tactic to keep on Spitfire, which is just a little, you know, the basic pathetic move that you kind of get with Greymon. Max can do that as well. But because her speed is so high, she usually spits it out really, really quickly, and it can be quite a good ability to use in terms of like sticking enemy Digimon into like a bad routine where they can't get an attack off, and you can actually kind of cheese them a little bit. That being said, before we learn some moves, we do want to get Max's HP up a little higher, just so that when we go out, we don't actually get one shot by the guys we're going to be fighting against, because some of the abilities that we are going to be picking up do a lot of damage, and obviously in order for us to learn that move, we need to take it in the gub. So we'll get our HP up a little bit. On top of this, actually, this is actually a good point to talk about. We are going for Phoenixmon, right? But we won't have as much chips to shove into Max as we did with Phil. Obviously, we went around fighting all the bosses, picking up all the chips, and that was the majority of our training towards getting our Metal Greymon. We don't have as many of those this time around, so we need to be careful what we're doing in terms of training. We're going to train earlier rather than later at this stage, because Max will be alive for 7 days roughly, give or take a day here or there. Sometimes they live longer, sometimes they live shorter, but we'll get about 7 days with Max roughly, and we obviously want to hit our Digivolution criteria for Phoenixmon. Max, you are one hungry bastard. Alright, so that being said, the Digivolution requirements for Phoenixmon, what are we looking at? Let's throw those up on screen for you guys right now. I think it's something like, we need like 4,000, let me just actually check real quick. We need 4,000 HP and MP, 400 speed, and 600 brains. So, we've obviously got a bit of training to do. Our speed shouldn't be a problem, our brains will take a while, and obviously our MP and our HP will take a while to throw up as well. Now, as you can see right there, we've went up quite a chunk just by doing 3 or 4 training sessions in brains. And so we should be able to manage to hit these requirements without too much trouble. I'm actually just buying a couple more meats from the shopkeeper here. 10 meat won't last us very long, but you know, fuck it. I'm going to buy them anyway, because again, we don't want to go over and above when we're trying to hit our weight. Because our weight for Birdramon, I think, is something, or Phoenixmon rather, is something like 25. So we want to make sure that we don't overshoot that and then have to lose weight, because I hate trying to cut weight when we don't have any special items to help us. So let's take a nap. because Max is a little bit tired. We're going to get back some of our HP that we just picked, that we learned when we went training. Let's have a look. Alright, so we're almost full. That's pretty much good enough. We are going to go to all the way up to Great Canyon, because there is an enemy who can teach us all 3 of the wind abilities that Max can pick up. Now this enemy does pack quite a punch. He doesn't have a lot of health, but the moves that we're going to pick up, again, do a lot of damage. So our 3 moves that we're going to be acquiring are Wind Cutter, Spinning Shot, and then the last one is Hurricane. I don't know if Spinning Shot and Wind Cutter are like one of these 2 boxes, but those are the 3 that we're going to try and grab. Now, if you will remember down in Gear Savanna, there's a tiny little fly guy that we always bump into. Begins with a Y. As always, I can't remember his names because I'm a fucking idiot. But we are going to go and find a dusty kind of one up in Grey Canyon. Let's take Birdramon because we've never done this before, and why the fuck not? I'll show you guys what this looks like just for argument's sake, because we haven't actually done this yet. And here we are, exactly where we need to be up in Great Canyon top area. So we've transported directly here, it hasn't passed any time. We're going to be fighting against this little guy. So once again, we don't want to be using Magma Bomb. It does a lot of damage, but it's not fast enough for this guy, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So Sand, Yama, something or other there, I didn't quite catch that, but I'll show you, I'll talk to you guys about that in a second. We are going to try and get some moves off. Now Spitfire is going to be doing the majority of the damage here, but eventually she's going to hit us with that big bad boy there, and as you can tell it does an insane amount of damage. I actually don't need to be using a medium recovery here, but I'm going to do it by accident because I couldn't find my small recoveries in time and I didn't want to die. So that move right there, that's not Wind Cutter, that is Spinning Shot, and that is probably the key move that we want to be picking up. This one here, look how much damage that does. 800 damage right to the face. We're going to heal real quick with a couple of small recoveries. So we are going to burn through a lot of resources in these fights, but this is the exact reason that I wanted to train up the HP just a smidge before going into this battle. That right there that our enemy just tried to use is Hurricane. Hurricane is the strongest move in the wind tree. We can actually learn it. I don't particularly like Hurricane unless our speed is really high, because although it does massive AoE damage, it is not nearly fast enough. Not in our current form anyway. It might be good later on. Did we pick up Spinning Shot? No, but we did actually pick up Hurricane straight off the bat. That's pretty insane. I don't know. Maybe the RNG gods are back with us. That's pretty nifty. Not going to complain about that. But we have actually picked up Hurricane in our first fight. That's great because I don't want to waste a lot of time here. The main moves that we're out to get are Wind Cutter and Spinning Shot, so we'll try and get those ASAP from this little fellow here. I'm going to just, for safeties, I'm just going to throw another small recovery in on the top here. I like how our main character runs all the way from where the fight is all the way down to the bottom right corner of the screen. Like, I am getting the fuck out of there before this shit goes off. See, you can tell there, see when the little fly tried to use Hurricane, the wind up for that move is so great that it actually takes quite a long time to activate, and so a lot of the time you'll find that it doesn't even get a chance to go off, and it burns a lot of MP in the process as well. Let's throw this in here. What we will find is if we actually pick up Spinning Shot from this guy, we'll probably just leave this area, because although it's good to train against these guys and get our stats up, can we get him? Oh, nice. We don't want to be fighting against these guys for too long, because the last move we pick up, we can pick up from easier guys who are easier to defeat, right? So it doesn't make sense to stay here and get our asses kicked over and over. So, did we pick up Spinning Shot? No, we didn't. That would have been completely insane. So with that, we're going to X out of here, reset the area, and hopefully pick up Spinning Shot soon. I will get back to you guys in just a second. Hopefully we'll dodge this Weedmon. What a dick. And we will be back in just a bit. Guys, check this out. Check out this motherfucking quarterback throw from the back line. Woo! All the way home. Alright, that was perfect timing, guys. We back, right? So, what I was about to say, if we didn't learn the move this time, what we were going to do is head straight back to the city, because this is our 7th fight that we've done off camera, and luckily Spinning Shot has just been picked up. But if I show you guys the inventory real quick, you'll see that we're completely out of small recoveries. The MP floppies weren't that big a deal because we were only using Spinning Shot, but I'll show you guys anyway. Max needs to go to sleep. we have no more small recoveries and 2 MP floppies left. So I had no intention of burning any more medium recoveries in those battles. So I am glad that we got it when we did. That was ideal, because I was just about to run all the way back to the city. So now that we're here, we have done a hard day's training. I'll quickly show you guys the stats. They might not be noticeable, but our speed is slowly going up, our brains as well. Very little difference to our HP and MP, but obviously every little kind of helps in terms of all the other stat requirements. So we're going to put Max to sleep. We're going to wake up in the morning. Let's fire a wee cheeky save in there. Why not? Because we've just picked up our new ability. We're going to pick up our meat and go back to grinding in the gym for a few hours. And then what we'll do after that is we will... Oh, nice. Five pieces of sirloin there. Nice one, my bro. We're going to do a little bit more training, and we're going to go to our next training spot. In fact, I tell a lie. We're going to train up a little bit, hit the shop, pick up all of our supplies that we have just spent. Mostly, it will be our HP recovery items. And then we're going to head to our next enemy that we're going to be training against in hopes of picking up one more move. So, I'm going to do a few more trainings until the sun comes up, and then I will meet you guys there in just a second. Alright, homies, I think this is a good time to grab you guys back in. We are just about to head through our Amida forest into the ancient glacial region, where we did all of our fun stuff with Tyrannomon, Master Tyrannomon, and Meteormon. We're going to dodge past these guys, who we could actually fight against, but I don't want to be fighting 2 at once, because that doesn't make a lot of sense, as with most of the battles we do in this game. So, this guy right here can teach us Prominence Beam, which is the big, really sick-looking blast move that Birdramon used on us when we were fighting her up in the canyon top. Now, what I actually want to try and do is... Actually forgot, we didn't pick up Wind Cutter, but that's fine. We will pick that up later on. Actually, the little insect guys that are just above us to the top of the screen can actually teach us that as well. So you never know, we might pick that up as we go. We're definitely not going to put on Hurricane, but we are going to give Spinning Shot a little go and leave off most of our fire abilities. Let's see how we get on against this guy. Vermiliamon. And again, this guy's quite slow, so if we can trap him in the corner with a couple of Spitfires, we can actually... cheese this guy quite easily. If he hits us, it is going to hurt, unfortunately, but our first spinning shot actually hits for a massive 540 damage. Does take a lot of MP, so maybe these fights will be over quite quickly. He hasn't actually had a chance to use his ability on us, so maybe after this fight, because spinning shot is actually so badass, we're going to take it back off, because we're killing this guy too quickly. He's not getting a chance to use his moves on us. So we will pick up a tiny bit of money and a few stats as well. When I went into the shop earlier, I'll throw this up on screen for you guys, we bought something like 15 small recoveries and a couple of MPs and stuff. Let's fight this guy as well while we're here, why not? We'll see if we can pick up Wind Cutter while we're in this particular screen. Again, unlikely. We didn't take our move off, did we? No, we didn't. That's Wind Cutter right there, so we've been hit by it. Maybe there's a chance we pick it up in this fight. We actually picked up a total of 3 protections when we were fighting the sand insect up on top of the cliff. So I guess we can either use those or sell those on. For you guys that don't know, it actually protects your conditions in battle. So it basically stops you from being poisoned. It stops you from being put into stasis mode where you become pixelated. Did we pick up any abilities from this guy? No, we did not. Okay, sound. We're really not too bothered about Wind Cutter. It's pretty sick, but there's so many enemies in the game that use it, so I'm not too fussed about picking it up just now. We're going to reset this area and also take off Spinning Shot because that is incredibly powerful. Let's go into our abilities real quick and take that back off. I love Spinning Shot. I'm so glad we picked it up, but for now it's just too strong. So we'll let our insect guy piss off and fight this guy again. See if we get a bit luckier this time. Again, we will get slapped about a bit by this guy's abilities when he lands. That right there, I don't know if you guys saw that. That was extremely small, like it was a tiny window, but he was just about to use it on us. It's when he draws himself in and then he kind of launches this big massive beam of ass kick that hits you for a chunk of damage. That's the move that we want to be picking up from him. So let's go into attack mode. We'll try and get his HP down. This might get into a cycle in which we do this over and over. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier in terms of cheesing. If we were coming here for pure easy stats for not a lot of HP lost and not a lot of MP lost, this would be a good thing to do, because we've got this guy in the corner. His moves do a lot of damage, but they're very big, slow, lumbering moves, and therefore he doesn't get a chance to get any of them off. So I'm going to actually come off of the attack move, and hopefully Max is going to ease off on this guy. Doesn't look like he is, to be honest. He's just not having a... He's not giving him a fucking chance. Max, you're savage, mate. Alright, okay. Relax. I guess we'll just polish this guy off, because I don't think this battle's going anywhere other than... That was a terrible element. I don't think this battle's going anywhere, so we're just going to fucking end that guy. Jeez. Max, please. Damn. Alright, she feisty. Bit of points there towards our stats, but that guy got absolutely wrecked. We're gonna not bother with the insect bro. We're gonna walk out, walk back in, feed Max, fight this guy, and keep fighting him until we get him to use the ability on us. Now, based on the last fight in which we absolutely demolished his ass, I don't know if it's gonna be a long time before we learn this move, or if we can get it quite early on. I would obviously like to pick up ASAP, so we will see. I'm going to be back with you guys in a second and show you us hopefully picking up Prominence Beam. See you in a bit. Excellent. Alright, guys, we back. This time what happened is, in the last fight we were fighting one of these guys on our own, right? So we actually had to adjust our strategy, where instead of Max fighting one of them, which was not effective because she was killing them too fast, she was getting far too many licks in and they weren't getting a chance, I decided to fight two of these guys at once in the next screen. That gave us the chance to be hit by one of the prominence beams when one of the enemies were attacking us and we were attacking the other one, and finally we pick it up. So that's fantastic. Another really powerful move added to our collection of fire abilities. So let's just take a quick peek at that down in our inventory, or our move sets, I guess. Prominence Beam 444, and it only costs 183. So, yep, awesome. We've got another really good move. We're going to jet back to the city and decide what we're going to do next. Also, I could mention that in one of the last fights, one of the Vermilionmon, whatever you call them, dropped one of these bad boys, a power fruit. It's a rare drop, and it boosts our offense power by 20, which is not bad. That's almost half of an offense chip. So we will probably deposit that in the bank, because Max, looking to digivolve into Phoenixmon, doesn't need to get her offense up particularly high. So let's just go... In fact, you know what we'll do? Let's nip down to the shop again. I know it's my fucking favourite place in this playthrough. We're going to see how much how much this power fruit will sell for. I don't intend to sell it, but I just want to check out of curiosity. But we will be selling some of our protection items that we picked up. We've got Patamon in the shop today. Let's find out how much it sells for. So our power fruit actually sells for 2,500, which is pretty insane. Our protections sell for 300 each, so we're going to sell 2 of those, and we're actually just going to quickly check. Small recovery's fine, MP floppies are fine, yep. Alright, so we're going to go and deposit our power fruit in the bank, and then I think we'll probably go back to training for the rest of the day. We need to still get our HP, our MP, brains and speed all the way up, so we definitely need to be using our time wisely here, not too much messing around. We actually spent quite a while training against those guys, and although it was putting our stats up, it wasn't putting our stats up into the categories that we want, i.e. speed and brains. The big guys that we were fighting didn't really have a lot of speed stats, so we couldn't learn a lot of stats from them. Let's deposit this in here and we'll keep everything else. I would like to get our MP up probably in this training session, as with our big abilities that we've just acquired, they're obviously fantastic moves, but they take a lot of MP to cast, so we're probably going to jettison over. I've half a mind to try and keep our HP going up as well, but I think we should try and balance that somewhat with our MP stats, so let's do a bit of training here in the Waterfall of Dreams. And what we'll do is we'll train a few times, hit Centauromon up. Oh, we're actually going to hit Centauromon up right now, because Max is feeling quite tired. I actually forgot that because we had been training so long, that obviously has an effect on her tiredness levels as well. So we're going to quickly go back down and try and rectify that immediately and get that sorted. There is actually a little clue. You can tell that this is going to occur that I didn't pick up on, but when their happiness of the Digimon down in the bottom right, when that starts going upwards, or downwards rather, I guess, when the bar starts appearing in the pink, then that's an indication that this is kind of starting to happen. Obviously, I never noticed it, so we're going to go Chew. And talk to Centaurimon and rest up big time. So tiredness level is very high. He tells us right there, you need to stop wrecking Max's tiredness. So this is actually a good chance for us to feed a sirloin, because the sirloin actually reduced tiredness, but at the same time we don't want to be rocketing Max's weight through the roof. Is she going to end up taking 3 meats anyway? That would be pretty funny. I guess that she might. Yep, she is. Fuck me. So we end up having the exact same effect as feeding her our sirloin, except we don't get the bonus of reducing the tiredness level. So 3 meats is the equivalent to 1 sirloin, unfortunately, but we have to keep an eye on Max's weight because it is going up pretty rapidly, and we don't want that to get out of control. So let's take her up to the gym once more. I think that although we've rested up once, it's probably not going to be enough. She might end up being tired again, which I don't particularly want, but at the same time I don't want to be messing around wasting hours when we could potentially be training. So let us hit this one more time like Britney Spears and get our stats up a little bit more. And that's us time to go to sleep. So what I think we'll do, guys, is, what time is it just now? We've actually had quite a short episode. I think what we'll do is, rather than, because I've done a lot of training off screen, what I'm going to do is we will head to sleep. We're going to go and pick up our things for the day, and we are going to go to the area of where we're going to be doing our next episode and have a look at some of the things that we're going to be getting up to, because I think it's about high time we've done something that I have wanted to do for a while now, but still we should have probably done this beforehand in terms of our training and stuff. So let's pick up this real quick, and you can tell Max's happiness and discipline is actually going down, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. I guess that was from too much training yesterday. We kind of overexerted her a little bit, so it's probably a good idea that she went to sleep when she did, because we don't want her to be getting pissy. I think one of the conditions for Phoenixmon is also to get your discipline up quite high, so we need to keep an eye on that as well for that reason as well. So let's head on down into the native forest and through Drill Tunnel into Gear Savanna, where we are going to be going to a new part of town that we haven't been yet and picking up quite an important item. So let's trek on through. I may as well just stick with you guys and have a bit of a chit chat on the way there, because I quite like walking through Gear Savanna. Let's go through it. But yeah, there isn't. I don't think we're going to get to hear the Gear Savanna music because it is nighttime. But still, I guess we'll see. This will be a chance for us to see which Digimon kind of walk about in the dark of Gear Savanna. Oh, we are getting to hear the music. Awesome. So at night time or during the day it was a Unimon, but now we've got the evil Patamon, whose name I forgot, and also a Dromojimon, which is kind of cool to see. In fact, this is actually something that we could do real quick and pass in. We will dodge past these fools, and we're going to take an immediate right into this area, which we haven't really been yet. You can have a look here. There's actually a vending machine that we can click on. Oh my god, hello. So we had George the psychotic bone man attacking us there. Let's have a look in the vending machine, which we can win a special prize. Don't you better. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I thought. We're going to pick up a small recovery here. We didn't win a special prize, so we're going to try again. Can you go away, please? Thanks. Jeez. Okay, we're not actually getting any prizes from that, so fuck that machine. Okay, so we're fighting against Tsukimon apparently, which isn't a bad thing because I'm pretty sure Tsukimon can teach us Wind Cutter. So I guess if we pick that up, there it is right there. If we pick that up on the fly, that would be kind of interesting. Let's drop a Magma Bomb right on her face, and with another few attacks, we should close out this little fool. We could stick on some of our bigger moves, to be honest, but what we're going to be doing right now doesn't really require us to do a lot of big, insane battles, so we'll just stick with our little small moves for the time being, I think. We didn't learn a move, I don't think, but we picked up a meat, maybe, or something? Yeah, okay. No Wind Cutter today. That would have been fun, though. I always like the ability to pick up sporadic moves on the side. Let's head up into this area. and see if something interesting might happen here. I don't know if it will, but I've got a feeling. Let's have a look. We'll feed Max real quick, why not? Let's feed her a Digimushroom and get rid of some of these. Bam, ba-dam, ba-dam, ba-dam. Okay, it's daytime. You're not happy yet, so we're going to feed you another one. Come on, Max, come on, Max, come on. Okay, you are one chubby little flame bird, I tell you. Alright, with that, you're happy. Okay, sick. Right, this is what we wanted to proc. So, we've got an encounter here. There's a Birdramon chasing a Patamon. And, shit's happening. Patamon, help me. Mate, you got your wallet? I'm just kidding. He's in trouble and we have to help him. Alright, cool. Pick on someone your own size, says a mysterious voice from the side. Who is this badass? Hello? Hello, Dad, is that you? Alright. So, with a fly kick from the cliff tops, big badass Leomon appears, saving the day. Are you alright? Thank you, says Patamon. Call me anytime you're in trouble, I will come right away. So, Leomon is essentially the Batman of File Island. He just fucking turns up, saves ass, and then solves crime on the side. What a hero, I guess he takes all the credit. So we can definitely go and speak to Leomon in a second, but we actually want to use the bathroom, which is just up here. There is a lot of enemies in this area, so if I fucking walk into somebody, I'm going to be... You see how this game tilts the ever-loving shit out of me. Alright, cool. We get that out of the way without too much trouble. We use the bathroom and dodge all the fools. Let's go back real quick and talk to our boy Leomon, just while we're in the vicinity, if he is still here. Because who doesn't want to speak to Batman? This area is actually pretty cool because it actually has some training facilities in here, which we haven't really seen much of outside of the town. So we can actually train our speed here, and I think there's a punch bag as well. Yep, so we can train our offense as well. But obviously our pal is standing looking very magnanimous, staring out across the sea. I've heard about you. If you've heard about us, why don't you come to the city? We could use a big badass like you. I'm also thinking about the island's future, says Leomon. So, apparently he's looking for something important, something that his ancestors left behind. He doesn't tell us exactly what it is. He says, if you find it, I'll promise I'll go to your city. So, with that, Leomon decides to just stare at the sky. He says he's saving the island, but he doesn't look like he's getting up to much. I have to look for something, excuse me, but I have to. I see. If I find it, I'll let you know. So we have to keep an eye out for something important that might be relevant to Leomon. When I was younger, I had no idea what this was that Leomon wanted. Back in the day of dial-up connection on the computer, there was very little guides for Digimon World. I didn't have any training guides or like textbook things that can walkthroughs, like booklets that would talk you through the game. I didn't have any of that shit. We're gonna try and dodge this fuck. Oh, I was trying to dodge that guy. I didn't have any of that shit, and I had no idea what it was that Leomon was looking for, and I didn't know where it was in the map or anything like that. We're going to show you guys in due time, but for now, that is sitting there waiting to be accessed. We're going to ping into this place, into Trash Mountain. This is quite a fun place that actually has quite funky music. We're going to probably have to fight this guy. Nope. Alright, nice one. And a pink Gabumon. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to chill past all these guys. That is awesome, because I don't want to fucking fight anyone. This is us in Trash Mountain, so let's find out what's going on in here, in this part of Gear Savanna. Whoa, it stinks in here. Is this a trash pile? I didn't know there was one in the Digimon World. So apparently we're at the dump of File Island, and if you look just to the top of your screen, there's something important there that we need to pick up. Whoa, this is interesting. I've never seen anything like this, says Sukamon. Oh my goodness, the poop are moving and talking, so we're going to pretend like we don't know what a Sukamon is, and we should ask some of these guys to come to the city. So, blah da blah da blah. Sukamon tells us all about his tribe, and that we can look around, but we've not to piss off the king. The reason why we came here, this is our primary objective, is not to talk to the Sukamon, but we have our first fishing rod in the game, and that's going to come into play very, very soon. Let's talk to some of these guys. This is the Dust Kingdom. I know this is just a trash pile for you, but we may find something useful. I saw a long rod-like thing over there, so we just picked that up. That's a fishing rod. I'm collecting Digimon cards myself, and he wants us to give us the King Sukamon. Hello. So, with that, Sukamon actually joins the city. He doesn't tell us that he joins, but he does, and he counts towards our prosperity, and we have a King Sukamon here. I guess we can talk to him. Did you come here for something? Well, if you have a request, forget it, because I'm the king of Sukamon. We can tell that by your epic crown, and he doesn't want to join the city. There's an MP ability to train here. I guess we could quickly dump into that, scene as we need to do MP training. We can hide in the trash, aka the giant dump. For some reason that shoves up our MP 135, so that is pretty sick. We are actually going to head out and probably head back to the city, actually, because I don't think there's anything else in this part of the map. We've actually explored quite a lot of Gear Savanna at this point. There are one or two last areas, but they don't have much significant in them. We're going to head back to the city and round up this episode, I think, because now we have our fishing rod. We will be able to do something quite exciting at the start of the next episode, and I'll let you guys see what that is when the time comes. So thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the episode, fire us a like. Me and Max would appreciate that greatly. Let us know whatever you like down in the comments, and we'll try and answer you when we can, and we will see you probably in tomorrow's ep. Yeah, see you then. Bye, guys.